Someone gave an appropriate abbreviation of time. Things I must experience. Yes, time is experience. It teaches us everything. Even it is that time is not constant. It changes. Whatever that occurs today will not occur tomorrow. Time is precious. Also, there's a saying that time and tide no wait for man. Whatever is supposed to happen will happen. It can be with or without our consent. So here's Giridhar presenting you another episode in the show Giridhar's Gardi, time to stress on what it is all about. Let me start with some beautiful lines that quote the importance of time. To realize the value of 1 year, ask a student who failed a grade. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. To realize the value of 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask the lovers who are waiting to meet. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person who missed the train. To realize the value of 1 second, ask a person who just avoided an accident. To realize the value of 1 millisecond, ask the person who won a silver medal in the Olympics. I read these lines somewhere and I say that they are generic, applicable to everyone. But according to me, the importance of time varies with person to person. It just depends on an individual and his or her interests. So, what are the different perspectives people have on time? Is it that our perspective of time should coincide with everyone? In what way an individual can have the perfect utilization of time? To what extent are we correct? Well, I would like to provide answers for all these questions through this episode. In every aspect, time has got its own value. We cannot ignore or waste time. But what is that way of wasting time? For instance, someone feels that traveling is a waste of time. But for some other, traveling can be a hobby or a kind of amusement. Someone says that social media is a waste of time, but for some other, it's a means of recreation. In these days, students are not allowed to play or watch TV as there is a hectic competition outside and it's a waste of time according to some elders. But there are even people who believe in the concept of education through fun. They enable their children to watch useful programs in TV through which the child gets some fun, but at the same time learns something out of it. And according to them, it is not a waste of time. No one can decide on the factors that contribute to wasting time, because if something seems to be not good for someone, it is not necessary that everyone should have the same point of view. People say that if you are spoiling time, then gradually time will spoil you. In one way, it is right. Say for example, if an individual is not doing anything at all except the daily course of actions, then it's correct that there are high chances for him to get spoiled as he doesn't have any visibility over his future. But in the other way, say an individual is working on his skills but couldn't succeed, and that appeared to be a waste of time for someone else, then it's wrong. It is good that at least he is trying out something instead of sitting idle. For some other people, time is money. Oh, come on. Where are we heading towards? Really? What is the use when you become a billionaire but don't have someone beside you to support you during your odd times? What is the use when you are in poor health after you earned like anything but cannot enjoy the money? In these days, there are people who don't even prefer taking rest, sleeping for the minimum amount of time because they feel that time is money. But no, earning is good as long as it doesn't interrupt your personal life. On the brighter side, there is another perspective that time heals everything. Absolutely. With every one of us, both good and bad happens. And since time is dynamic, we just need to wait for the good things to come our way. And we don't have to do anything to forget the bad, because time heals things in its own way. And then there's one more saying that for everyone, time will come. People can have things worked out only according to their pace. You don't have to worry for people who are ahead of you or for people who are behind you, because it's just that some has got their time and some still has not. But we'll get. And everything happens for a reason. We just need to be a bit optimistic that there's something good in whatever that happens. Maybe we don't get to know about it immediately, but time will help us in finding out. There is one more thought, that time stands for truth. You can lie to someone, and to hide that you have to say some more lies, but time will not allow you to hide them. It brings all the truth out sooner or later. Also, there's a quote that procrastination is the thief of time. Yes, when we keep on postponing things, it only adds burden to our future and may not be helpful in any way. According to Martin Heidegger, a German philosopher, we do not exist inside time, but we are time. Hence, the relationship to the past is a present awareness of having been, which allows the past to exist in the present. The relationship to the future is the state of anticipating a potential possibility, task, or engagement. Therefore, this concern for a potential occurrence also allows the future to exist in the present. The present becomes an experience which is qualitative instead of quantitative. Another philosopher, Craig Callender, says that time is an illusion. The present moment is real. In fact, the last sentence that you hear now in this podcast belongs to past, as it happened in the last second. So it feels as though time flows, in the sense that the present is constantly updating itself. Today's present would become past for tomorrow, and tomorrow's future would become present for tomorrow, or even past for day after tomorrow. If you ask my perspective, I say that time is memories. I believe spending every day in a memorable way, because when I look back after some 10 or 20 years, I should not feel that I spent a monotonous life. And I should not feel sorry that I haven't given time for the people whom I love or the people who love me, and even the time for myself and my passions. I feel that perfect utilization of time for an individual lies in implementing the things that he or she is passionate about. If it is the case that you may not be working on something that you are passionate about, or may not be able to find passion in the place where you are in, then see at least if you can spend some time with your passions. So that would bring some change in your normal life. In fact, the word passion itself has a meaning that it is something for which we create time separately in a day, daily. That's how it is different from hobby, which is something that we do only during free times. To sum it up, time is the only thing in this world that we cannot bring back. So respect time and ensure that you use time effectively in your own perspective. Don't wait for time to come and things happen, but let the things happen in the time that you already have. If it is not now, then there is a chance that it can be never. That's the end of the episode time. Then the next episode is going to be on something that most of us enjoy doing. Stand by for the release. See you soon. If you enjoyed listening to this episode, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.